Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Politics Friday. The week that was. Yes, this is a tarot reader that does not look into the future, but looks into the past. All right. First off, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. I'm not talking about the humans. I'm talking about the four-legged, the cats, the birds, all the animals that listen, that kind of hang out. Thank you. And thank you all to the humans that allow your pets to watch and listen. Very kind. Very kind. All right, let's get into it. So we're in this big shift, and one of the icons of music has passed, Tony Bennett. Wow. That guy was just phenomenal. So just sending love and light on his way out. Thank you for all the great music. All right, let's dig into some of the past news of the week. I predict Jack Smith is going to target 45. We're not going to start off with him. Let's start off with something just as awful. Russia. And the reason I'm starting off with Russia is because that was in the top news feed for AP, besides the Tony Bennett story. And it appears that Putin was going to go down to Johannesburg to meet with an economic group of countries. And these are countries where their economy is growing and growing, and they're going to be powerhouse countries. So Russia, China, a couple others, I can't remember their names, want to go down there and, get their foot in, be allies with, so that in the future they can still retain their power. But Putin's been charged for war crimes. So if he goes anywhere, he could be arrested. Well, he worked it out with the president of South Africa that he wouldn't be arrested there. But he was still too chicken to go. And so, this is a show about animals, isn't it? The summit is going to happen without Putin, and he's going to send one of his minions. So Putin's becoming more and more isolated. Okay, yes. This is this energy that we're feeling right now, where things are just, it's like, well, I'm going to stick with animals here. It's like a rabid dog, and it's just crazy. And it's not going to get any better. It's going to be lashing out. That's what Putin's doing. He is mining the Black Sea. I was getting it mixed up with the Baltic Sea. He's mining the Black Sea. And bombing Odessa, which is a grain, a place to export grain, the shipyard in Ukraine. So he wanted to take that over. Now he's just going to destroy it. And it's a beautiful city. Beautiful. Not that I've ever been, but in my third eye, I have been. It's beautiful. So and I think it appears that he's doing this for a couple of reasons, mining that sea, the Baltic Sea. Did I get it right? Anyway, because it's surrounded by NATO countries. So is he kind of like wagging the dog? I don't know what I'm saying, wagging the dog. Is he, just trying to see, what are you guys going to do? What are you going to do? And I'm thinking about this. You look at the crisis going on in Sudan, and all these people, millions being, that are refugees going to another country. Look at Venezuela, 400% inflation. All these people leaving Venezuela. Even my Republican hillbilly redneck brother goes, if I was a Venezuelan, I'd be coming to the U.S., which is a whole nother thing we're going to look into later today. So, and I'm going, well, why are we so focused on Ukraine versus the refugees in Sudan and Chad? It's just horrific. And the only reason I could come up with was that they're not going to, it's probably not going to be a world war with them. However, Russia, it could be a world war. So I think that's why we're paying more attention to it. But for us warriors, light warriors, where it's so hard to look at the suffering there, let's take a look at the suffering there, and if we're able to help out, if we're able, we can at least send them some positive energy in the very least. And if we can't help out with the World Food Kitchen or something, okay, I was going to say enough said, but it's not enough said. So just enough of me yakking though. All right. So I don't want to read on Putin. This is just news about him. We're sending him more munitions. We're helping Ukraine. We're letting Putin know we're not going away. The cluster bomb thing is a cluster. Russia's using them. It's like, Anyway, I don't want to get into that. All right, let's look at something positive. Well, we can always look at Biden's economic policies. They're working. You see Marjorie Taylor Greene up there. She's like trying to be all snotty and going, well, Biden is doing this and he's building up infrastructure and wah, 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 wah. And so Joe Biden takes that speech and he puts it on Twitter or his website or something and says, I approve this message. Ay. We'll get into her later too, I think. Oh my God. Congress, what is going on? All right. Let's take a deep breath and kind of clean the energy a little bit before we get into Jack Smith stuff. Okay, so let's just clean the air a little bit. Let's breathe into where we are, just sit in our chairs and take a deep breath. Be thankful for what we have. And let's pull 2 cards from Beyond Lemuria. We're getting into this huge shift. We just had the north and south nodes move to new planets, a new moon. So It's all about letting things go, getting ready for something new. So let's see what the cards say to support that. A lot of times we think that we have nothing to offer. And that is not true. We have very unique gifts to offer. I've gotten a number of emails from you all, and I am so appreciative of what you say as I navigate through this thing called YouTube land as a political reader. As a light warrior, it's really hard. You would think it would be funny. It's not, or fun, and it is. But it's also challenging where to go with this. And so I just bounce around a little bit. It's good. But each one of us has a unique gift. And I think about it, I go, well, why do I even need to be on? There are so many great readers out there. Amazing readers. And I go, well, where do I fit into the scheme of things? Well, I fit into the scheme of things because there's so many other people on the planet that are listening to other people that align with them. So we all align with certain people because we all have unique gifts. And it comes from the heart, whatever we're throwing out there. All right, the next card. I did this on my last Sunday show. We did this with Mel, where we all got together at the end of the video, and Kevin and JJ led a healing. And I don't know if JJ led it so much as kind of stole the show. And that doesn't, that's the wrong word. She was so powerful in that. But Kevin brought it up, and I'm like, this is video, YouTube. You can't just have dead silence. Come on. I grew up, well, not grew up, but I spent a lot of time in LA in the entertainment industry. You don't have dead space. You don't. That's why I keep talking, and I never shut up. I just keep talking. It doesn't matter what I really say. I just keep talking because there should be no dead space. The second card we got, healing. And I was thinking about my Sunday show doing, maybe I should do a chakra like healing read on that, just to get us focused on our chakras and where they're spinning, how they're going, what we're doing with them. Are we just ignoring them? Anyway, healing. There's a lot of forgiveness, a lot of healing that needs to go around. So we have unique gifts, and let's not forget the healing. And send it out to people who are available for it. Again, I'm always mindful of it. Some people may not want healing. Okay. I'm doing it on my own. Okay. I gave that up a long time ago. Well, not really. I'm still hanging on to it a little bit. Anyway, let's get into the news and read some cards on this, and then we will all need healing at the end of this because we'll be in sewer land. All right, who do we want to? Let's start off with Russia. Stopping the grain shipments. Are they really trying to do? It's going to jack up grain prices. Went to the store yesterday. I was like shocked at the prices again. I go, what happened to lower inflation? That didn't happen. It happened it felt like prices were stable, and then they started going down, and now it's like they took a big leap. I mean, we were like 30% higher in our grocery bill than we normally were. So, and this isn't a Biden administration thing. This is, we are all global when it comes to this. And again, remember Venezuela, 404% inflation. So just because we have a lower inflation than the rest of the world, or a lot of the world, it doesn't mean that we're insulated. So Russia's trying to create food scarcity by keeping Ukraine grain from being shipped out. And is Russia going to succeed in blocking the Black Sea? The Black Sea's grain shipments. Is Russia going to be successful in blocking? I just pulled 3, and I got the 7 of Cups, Illusion Delusion. There's a lot of unknowns going with this. But we are moving on to calmer waters. In this card, when I pull it, you know, it's like, yeah, we're going there. We're getting somewhere else. But another aspect of this card is asking for help. Certainly Ukraine has asked for a lot of help. They're getting it. And we are moving to a calmer water place. However, there is a little defensiveness with this 7 of Wands. You know, for me, when I think about it, I go, what are you doing stopping food for the world? It's like ridiculous. I'm going to pull some clarifiers on this 7 of Wands. In this deck, it feels like it's fighting windmills. It doesn't feel like it's the right fight at all, which it isn't for Russia. So what about this? Tell me more about this 7 of Wands. Okay. I got the same kind of cards here. I got the 6 of Cups going back to a simpler time. But look at that. It's not pretty. It's a lot of worry, but we have people working really, really hard at this. Luckily, I didn't see any tower moments. I didn't see any 5 of Swords winning at any cost. So that's good. I want to take a look at... no, I'm going to skip this because I've read on this before. The... Prigozhin, that guy, went into Belarus, and he's got a whole bunch of more military guys in Belarus. And I'm going, is he going to the Baltic Sea through, I gotta look back and see what the name is, through Sula something. I can't, there's a land bridge, and I can't remember the name of it now. Anyway, I'm going, is that where he's going? And I just read on it earlier this week, and they're thinking about it, but they may not go. Let's pull 3 cards. Is the Wagner Group going into the Baltic Sea? Is the Wagner Group, is that where they're headed? Into the Baltic Sea? Because he told his troops, get ready for the biggest fight of your life. Wagner Group going into the Baltic Sea. 3 cards. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's all about money, honey. So we have Judgment. We have the Moon. So there's going to be some yucky stuff coming up. And there's a payoff. So are they going into the Baltic Sea? Let's just keep going with this. I don't think so. No. No. The reason they're not, so I'm going to pull this down. Maybe you can see what I'm looking at. Okay. So we have Judgment, the Moon, and the 6 of Pentacles. So it's like they're going to be judged on what they do. They're kind of thinking about it, but they're also analyzing all the stuff that's going to come up with it. And then they're going to get paid off because that's all they're about. They're mercenaries. They just want money. You know, some of them, they go, yeah, well, I want to fight too, but it's just money. And then we get the Democratic card and we get the Joe Biden card. We get the people cheering, raising a cup. It's not a tower. It's not anything like that. And then we get Justice, bringing forth a new way of being. Joe Biden will have his hand in this. For those of you who think Biden is too old, ha! That's what I say. Ha! With a capital H. All right. Congress. Capital H. That came up with, what the hell? That's what popped into my head when I said capital H. What the hell? And I flip over to Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's in Congress throwing up pictures, nude pictures of Hunter Biden. And I'm like, what the hell? What are you doing? It's disgusting. I mean, and then Boebert had, somebody gave Boebert some green tennis shoe pin that's for one of the mass shootings of schools, and she threw it in the garbage. That's a little worse than WTH. It's the other letter. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? So I'm thinking about Congress and all this weaponization. You know, they want to defund everybody. And it's all because they're in such huge trouble. They're going to be caught up in the legal system. And they're scared as hell. So, I look at what Green Stunt did and I go, now I got it. Now I figured out why Congress is so obsessed with Hunter Biden. I know there's a lot of women that watch this show, but let me just share a little bit of a guy's perspective. Guys, when they're little, when they're, going, hey, look what I got. And they go, hey, I got one of those. And so they'll like compare pee-pees. And the one with the biggest pee-pee, well, he's like, oh, ooh, 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 right? And the other guy goes, oh, and he gets all mad and he lashes out and they get into a little fight. I think Hunter Biden has a huge pee-pee, like a Davidson pee-pee, and it's making Jim Jordan feel really insecure. I think that's it. Grassley, all those guys, little teeny pee-pees. All the news that's fit to hear. Okay. What's that stunt going to do to Green? So she's going to go, I was misunderstood. was misunderstood. What do her constituents, the people down in Georgia, ooh, the cards don't want to read on that. They're voting. The people who vote for green. There's going to be some that just like it. But the majority who votes for green, what's up? What are they thinking about this stunt? On C-SPAN, I think. So kids could watch it. It was like revenge porn. What did the Georgia constituents, the Georgia voters who put Marjorie in, what are they thinking? The majority. What are they thinking? Okay, I'll look at that. Oh, that flew out. The wish card. I don't know, is that for I wish she'd go away? So when I look at this wish card, I just see the buzzing of the bees. And she's just, you know, making buzzing noises. What do they think? Money. Ooh, okay. So I was going to do 3, right? And 4 came out, besides this one. So she's a little princess in her own little world. She's bringing in money, or maybe she's hoping to bring in money. But she is definitely in her own little world. The 9 of Pentacles is a woman who knows how to make money, spend money, but she's a little isolated in her golden garden, right? So Marjorie's not looking at the big picture. I know. Newsflash, right? You thought that I wasn't going to give you any information. But they're like ashamed. They're going, really? The constituents, really? And Marjorie's going, I'm really hard at it. I'm really working really hard. Being addicted to the devil. You know that the people that voted her in, they're just addicted to this guy. And let's look at the evangelicals too. Something's coming up with her though. Yeah. So justice is coming for her. It's going to be a verbal fight. But there's going to be some celebrations going on. So what is it with these evangelicals that are just sticking with Trump? They go, we don't like him. We know he's a grabber. Oh, and the judge, the New York judge came out. I think it was New York. It's hard to keep track of these guys. But they came out and he said, it was on the E. Jean Carroll case. He goes, no, we're not going to dismiss it. You're not getting a new trial. And just because, and the lawyers are saying, but he didn't rape her. And he goes, the judge says, just because New York has a very limited definition of that, in other places around the world, he would be a rapist. In other places of the country, he would be a rapist, and a racist. He is, allegedly, for entertainment only. It's not funny. Where am I going? Oh, evangelicals. They're saying that, you know, well, we like his policies. They all say that. Name me some policies that you like. Well, we like the judges. Okay, well, that's not his policies. That's the Federalists' policies. you know, but it's all this, my way or the highway. And even in the Middle East, there's riots going on about somebody threatening to burn a book. And so it's like, I don't know. I'm not getting into that. I'm not. We have such divisiveness going on, and it can't last. It can't keep up like this. Just can't. All right. Here we go. Where am I going? Where am I going? Should I read on the evangelicals? Okay, I'm gonna pull a card to see if I should read on the evangelical movement and their love affair with Trump. Just one card. Should I read on this? I don't know, maybe. You could read on it, you could not read on it. It's kind of, who cares? Okay, no. What else is in the news? Oh, Michael Cohen settled his lawsuit for unpaid legal bills. Trump, he was suing Trump because Trump didn't pay him for his, and I don't know what legal fees they are. I can't keep track of it. But then Cohen settled, and I'm like, I wonder if he settled and is not able to talk about it, because he is a mouth. He does have a mouth on him. Oh, here's what I want to read on. This kind of got swept under the rug a little bit. Maggie of the New York Times, Haberman, and two other reporters broke a news story, and it was in the Times, about how Republicans and Trump, if he gets in office, wants to centralize the power in the Oval Office. And they're going to do this in part by defunding the programs that don't align with Trump's programs. And I thought, well, Trump doesn't really have any programs. It's the Federalist Society's programs. It's Stephen Miller's programs. It's that kind of crap. And once again, I go to, what the hell? And it kind of got shoved under the news rug because there's so many other headlines that grab us. So let's take a look at that. Is the Justice Department, did this catch somebody's eye? Are there people now more aware of this than us? People who matter. As light warriors, it does matter because we can put out our intentions as to what we want to see, how we want to be governed. And when I said that, it's like, well, we really don't want to be governed so much as having our shared energy, shared values come to fruition in a positive light. I want my tax dollars going to someplace other than the military machine. Okay. Are people looking at this, people in power, looking at this centralized power in the Oval Office that Trump and the Republican Party, whoever gets in as a Republican, that they want to create? Are the good guys looking at it and saying, that's not going to happen? I can't imagine it happening, but then again, I can't imagine Trump being president, or that he was, and he was, so I didn't think that was going to happen. I didn't think all this stuff was going to happen that happened. Why is this card? Okay. I had a couple cards that were not in the right order. Are people looking at this? Are the good guys looking at this? The people who want democracy? Whew. So, are the people looking at this? Yeah, it's a little bit of an investigation. You have the Page of Pentacles looking at it. And, you know, they want to be fair. They want to be balanced. They have the yin and yang there. And so it's not like the Ace of Pentacles where they're just starting with this. So this is a page. They've been looking at this for a little while. Not too seriously. And then it's being covered by, uh-oh. And then at the base of the reading, uh-oh. Well, that doesn't feel good. In the past as it relates, yeah, let's not even look at it, kind of thing. There's two ways we can go here. We're still in pause mode. We're still not moving yet. Nothing's happening. At the top of the reading, Foolish Journey. Now, let's just pull one more to see what we got going here. New emotional start. Okay. I'm going to keep going with this. Let me drop this down so you can see, you can kind of follow where I'm going with this. Okay, so Page of Pentacles. It's a project that's just getting going. It's still got the Knight. It's still got the Queen. It's still got the King energy to go through. It's being challenged by the Devil, which is huge. Major Arcana card. At the base, 3 of Swords, 2 of Swords in the past. The Fool, which kind of counteracts this Devil energy a little bit. Going on a new emotional journey. A new journey. A little unsure of where he's going. It's like, really? What? Because of this card here. In the potential near future, we get a new emotional start. So is that for these Republicans who want to change democracy? Let's just keep going. Family money. The Ten of Pentacles is the internal card, and to me this is a Republican card for me, hanging on to the family money, family legacies. External influences are the Two of Wands. This is a plan that may be coming to fruition, and he's got the world in his hand, so it's like an overseas plan. There's a lot of authoritarians that are using this playbook. And the hopes and fears are that we can get a big stick, or they will have a big stick. Either way. And the potential outcome, it's money, honey. King of Pentacles. So, are they looking at it? It feels like they are starting on a new journey, but this King of Pentacles, they are looking at it. The Two of Cups and the Hermit. So if the Republicans want to retain power through this centralized power in the Oval Office, it's all about keeping the King of Pentacles, which is that guy, which is also that guy, in office. The Republican money machine coming in office. It's being clarified by coming together with the Two of Cups. But this Hermit card is shedding the light on this. And this Hermit card is a little isolated. Let's look at the base of the deck. Yeah. So there's some restriction going on, maybe with the Fool journey, maybe with taking action with this Two of Swords, but we have the Magician, and again, this card is also with this, and the King, and this, but this is a different feeling for me. I'm not associating this intuitively with Trump. We have full illumination, and we have our Democratic card. So the underlying energy of this, and the question was, are the people that love democracy, that want to see democracy thrive, are they paying attention? Are they looking at it? And the answer I get, the underlying energy is absolutely. They may be a little behind the 8 ball on it, but they're going to create some magic, full illumination, and the 10 of Cups, yes. They are starting on a new journey, but they weren't necessarily aware, I'm getting, of how far the plan was along. They may have heard some things on it, but then it's like, whoa, whoa. All right. Well, I'm glad I looked at the bottom of the deck. I was getting scared. Okay, where are we? What do I look? Oh, before I get to Trump, Texas. Oh, Jesus. Help us. Help us. Governor Abbott. And with DeSantis and Stephen Miller is, and I say Stephen Miller because he was the one, I think he is the one that is behind this whole immigration, Trump's stand on that. Because I don't think Trump has any really clear ideas, except Obama wasn't born in the United States. That's his idea. But Texas putting lift bags, they're like balls, but they're lift bags that you can stabilize docks, you can lift up sunken vessels with. How do I know that, Danny? I did a little bit of that work. And my hillbilly brother does a lot of that work. Did. So he was going, yeah, I had those same lift bags. Like, what? You didn't give them to Texas, did you? Then they wrap them up in Razorwire. You have Border Patrol agents, EMTs, going, this is horrific. This is a crime against humanity. That's just one person saying it. You don't know if it's true. You will in a couple of minutes. Of course it is. Of course it is. I'm not saying our immigration system is, we need to have open borders or anything like that. But y'all got to, up there, who's making these stupid ass laws, got to come together and go, Razorwire is not the answer. Locking kids in cages, separating them from their parents is not the answer. Helping people is the answer. If we could just get rid of borders, can we just have one big happy world? Uh-oh. Hang on. Okay, good. All right. A big happy world. Okay, Texas, Abbott. What's the 411 with him doing this? What's the 411 with him doing this? This inhumane action. I mean, he's done a couple of inhumane actions. What's the 411? Where's he going with this? What is... Are there legal ramifications, which I think there are? I know there's karmic ones. Karmic ones. He's going to be judged on this. Oh, look at this. At the base of the reading, he's being... Okay, this is a different fool's journey. At the base of the reading, he was being foolish. Hey, let's do this. Oh, yeah, okay, sure, cool. In the past, as it relates, is the King of Pentacles. He's courting money and Trump followers, the MAGA crowd. At the top of the reading is the big stick. This is something that is going to smack him over the head. This is my Bam Bam Fred Flintstone card. And in the potential near future is the Nine of Wands. This is a little bit restricted. It's self-imposed restricted. He's doing this himself. Internally, the Seven of Pentacles. In this deck, look at all the dead pentacles. The decaying. If I get the Five of Pentacles, I'll show you. I look at that and I go, that's morally bankrupt. He's not bankrupt yet, but he sure is on the way. He only has one saving pentacle. And that fell off the tree. So, okay. Oh. Five of Pentacles. Morally bankrupt. Out in the cold. No one's digging this. No one's thinking this is a good idea. Razorwire. Hopes and fears. This is a pause time. People are thinking, what's going on? What do we do? There's no action. There's just a lot of, I could do this, I could do this, I can do this. And the final outcome is defeat, retreat. Four of Swords. In other decks, it's sickness, death-ish stuff. Especially if it's hooked with another card. Like this one, beating you psychically over the head. And what happens? Oh, you get the Four of Swords. Clarification. We're going to be celebrating a little bit. It's giving and receiving. Let's just go one more with this. Strength. I don't know what this giving and receiving is about. If we didn't have borders, then we could give and receive. The people that are coming across, they're not without their skills and their talents and their light. They're not bad people. He's going to have his judgment card. Okay. It's just sick. All right, let's go into January 6th. Trumpy. So the court dates, Eileen Cannon today set the date for Mar-a-Lago. It's going to be in May. Now, because Trump always pushes things back, he's going to push that. He's going to try to push that back. Jack Smith wanted December. Trump wanted after the election. This is not going to happen if they stick to this time frame. It's going to happen in May, and it could potentially be done by before the Republican convention. It could. But with Jack Smith's target letter, which by the time this video comes out, he already could be, indicting Trump. Or it could be like Sunday. What day is today? Saturday. Yeah, so it could happen on Sunday again. But that's going to be in D.C. And the D.C. courts, so I was thinking about this. The D.C. courts, they have done all this January 6 trials. They have gone through these trials. They have convicted seditious conspirators, found them guilty in rather a quick manner. The judges have heard all this. So, and that's going to be in D.C. So that's going to go, the judges have had like a lot of experience in this. It's just going to fly through, I think, I hope. That's what I'm getting. The Eileen Cannon is out of her league, and so she may be hemming and hawing and not quite sure where to go with this. Let's just take a look. Is Eileen Cannon? Because when I saw that, I went, is Jack Smith, I tried to tap in, is Jack Smith like, he's not happy with it. I don't know if he's like extremely disappointed with it. Because he's got January 6th in D.C. Is Jack Smith going to try to remove Eileen Cannon? I mean, there's a lot of documents there. There's a lot of classified documents that you have to get your clearance for, and it's a lot. And you have to go through each one of those documents, so they say. I don't know why you would have to. Just pick one or two. But, and maybe that's what Jack Smith is going to do. You don't need to go through all of them. You need to go through this box. You need to look at Bedminster when he's going, look, I got this document. Okay. And I still think we're going to be really surprised with what is coming out in the future. We'll look at that in a minute. So is Jack Smith going to try to remove Judge Eileen Cannon? Or is she going to be removed? 3 cards. Oh, wah. She's not happy. Tower moment. 3 cards. Yes, he is. Knight of Wands. He's going to, yeah. He's not happy at all. There is going to be a Tower moment, and here's the Knight of Wands coming in, riding on strength, bringing forth some new information. Let's use Andrea's cards to look at this a little bit. The Knight of Wands. No, let's look at the Tower moment. What is this Tower moment? Eileen Cannon's Tower moment. What is Eileen Cannon's Tower moment? Oh, it's big. It's big. card. It's more than big. It's out of this world. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys, what do you get with this? World, out of this world, jail. So, something coming from another part of the world that is a little alien, because we don't live in one world, we live in borders. And so is there, why am I thinking Chinese or Russian influences that is going to put her in jail? Why am I thinking that? Well, let's ask the question. Why am I thinking that Eileen Cannon has some that she's going to get in trouble with this tower moment? Was I thinking that right, that she is going to be connected to foreign influences? Is Eileen Cannon hooked up to foreign influences? Stop. Caution. Go. Something unknown. Peace out. I think these cards are saying no. I think they're saying leave that question alone. Okay, I will. Something's going to happen, though, in Eileen Cannon's trial. All right, let's look at January 6th. And then I got to go. January 6th. Jack Smith, January 6th versus Donald Trump. You know there's going to get a pain. You know it's just going to be, it's going to be a lot of wah, 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 wah. A lot of noise. And I'm hearing Jim Jordan be a big mouth. You know, and what the hell, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay, J6 overall. 6 moving on to Counter Waters. You know, all this stuff that so many of us have been saying is finally coming true. But I don't think we were prepared for all of the people hanging on like they are. I still see them dropping off, but there's still some that just won't give up. And the more indictments, the harder they're holding. So, J6. Let's look. Let's just see if I get a feel for it. Because what's going on in my head is all the other people that are going to be associated with J6. It feels like it's a singular person, yet then the tentacles go out. Who's it about? King of Pentacles, January 6th. Tower moment. King of Pentacles is fallen. For those of you who are new, King of Pentacles is a card that I use for Donald Trump. I use a lot of cards for Donald Trump. Maybe I should pull out my Halloween deck. Excuse me. At the base of it is the Magician. Again, another card for Donald Trump. In the past, as it relates, is Temperance, bringing balance, bringing calm, bringing peace, balancing things out. At the top of the reading is the Nine of Wands. This is a restricted card, self-imposed restricted card. He didn't. All he had to do was make a phone call, send a tweet out. In Mar-a-Lago, all he had to do was say, "Yeah, okay, I'll give him back. Give back the documents." This is all self-imposed. The potential near future. Walking away from sorrow. Walking away. J6. Fast moving. The Sword of Truth. This is the Queen of Swords. It's interesting. She's got an old white guy's head. Lady Justice. Hopes and fears are that, it is interesting. Is dark money going to try to help him out? Is that the fear? Three of Pentacles does have a dark money element associated with it. Full illumination. January 6th. Full illumination. People getting stabbed in the back, walking away from that. And again, it's people being alone but seeing the truth. Whether they acknowledge that or not it's up to them. But the truth is going to be revealed. And it's going to make people feel isolated. And I think, you know, we need to be careful that we don't stir the pot in the gloatiness of it. They're going to be isolated enough. They're going to feel bad enough, maybe, I hope, so that they won't do this again, see the error of their ways. But there's still going to be a lot of pushback. Still going to be a lot of pushback. And so just be cautious on how you go about talking about this. You know, you cannot convince anybody of anything. They have to convince themselves that, and they will. So don't think that I'm going to tell you the right answer, because it just isn't going to happen. They got to come to the right answer themselves. All right, did I do everything? Did I do everything? Do I do everything? Let's do a card to clean the energy. Thank you guys again for watching, supporting this channel, liking, subscribing. Thank you for your comments, for your emails. Thank you for being on this crazy journey with me, with all of us. You make the world a better place. Oh, that's the card I got again. Healing. So let's pay attention to the healingness. We are healing. We're going through a rough patch. We are healing. And we are getting new blueprints. Be aware of what's coming in. Be aware of the synchronicities. Be open to looking at new blueprints. When we get ourselves closed up and we go, "Oh, well, I'm not seeing any new blueprints." Well, just open up that third eye and go, "Let me see the blueprints," and they'll show up when they can show up. Thanks again for watching. Peace and love.